We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with GameStop Corporation, GME stock, continuing to fight to hold support after hitting a high here of $80. But it wasn't the only stock experiencing volatility. The overall market and the SPY did as well. Our SPY bot at 1:50 p.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside. Bull strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of our growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So GME stock is at a critical level here, holding support, and I understand that GME is a possible squeeze. It is squeezing right now, and lots of shorts seem to be covering. A lot of people are stating there's a lot more to be covered, and that's what we're going to take a look at here in the price action, what it's showing us and what the inflow versus outflows are telling us. Even though this is a squeeze, you still want to look at the charts and what's going on within the data. So that's what we're going to break down. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. The home run day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run day was from our Netflix bot. Our Netflix bot at 12:30 p.m. sent out a bear indicator, and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 70% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump to these charts. Here we are with GameStop GME stock doing a full transition from bright green bars to red bars, and to complete the transition on 42 vision, it would have hit white with red borders. Now it bounced right back up, and it's hitting bright green bars on its way, right? It's hit dark green so far, and the next transition would be bright green. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and we use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow to see where the strength and weakness lies, which I'm going to pull up here, and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with GME stock, GameStop Corporation. GameStop has actually had a strong run in the last 2 days. Now, something interesting is it found support at a critical area. Now, it's been under a bull indicator since yesterday at the 1750 area. We mentioned this one yesterday at 8 a.m. near the $22 area, and it bounced up with strength towards $38. Now, in that volatility and tight consolidation from yesterday between $31 and $28, it never got a bear indicator, and the bright green bars continue, right? That strength of that trend and of that momentum continued on these charts. Now, today in the pre-market, it pushed up from $45, right? It actually rejected there all the way up towards the $80 area, right? Because it bounced up from the $35 level all the way up to $45, rejected, and then pushed up all the way to $80. And at the opening bell, it sharply dropped from $65 down to $45, which is where things were holding up. And that's why that level is critical. And that's where things consolidated here towards the end of the day. It found support above $35 another critical resistance from yesterday, and we're back above those two levels. Even though it's under a bear indicator here since 61.79 to be exact, it's sitting at 52.80, trying to push up higher here. Rejected $57 so far, and it's going to be crucial for this to get back above the $60 area, right? So when we go ahead and zoom out and look at it from the 1 hour, it's under a bear indicator as well at 53.42. This needs to get canceled, and inflows need to pick up to justify this move. Now, we're going to pull up the inflows in just a moment, but critical and something to not ignore that it's been under a bear indicator since way up here at $53, and the bull indicator lasted for the last several weeks since the $15 area, right? Nowhere did a bear indicator pop up for the last several days and weeks, and this is the first bear indicator. This may just be volatility. It's pushing up here, trying to get above 53 here in the after hours, and trying to go closer towards 60. So that's something to not ignore, but the bigger picture, there's a bear indicator. Now we need to look at those inflows in just a moment, but in the volatility, we had a bear indicator right at the open at $67, lasted with strength all the way down towards the support that was found at 36, got back above 40, and now it's under a bull indicator in the after hours at the $49 level. This needs to continue. I will be watching this in the rest of these after hours if it could hold and start a staircase effect here and retest key resistance levels and go ahead and push up with inflows. I'm going to pull up those inflows versus outflows and break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. Here we are with Gme stock, GameStop Corporation, with outflows dominating most of the day, and once it finally crossed, it had a sharp drop from the $50 area down towards $35. Now, inflows are trying to pick back up here. In the live action, we were watching it break through $53. It just hit 54, and it's trying to hold itself up here to continue to head towards 60, and that's something I'm watching here in the live action as I'm doing this video, and I will be watching the rest of these after hours and going into tomorrow, right? So inflows are back above here on the 30-minute. That's something to not ignore. On the 1 hour, it never crossed to the downside, guys. You could see that strength of the staircase effect here. It never crossed to the downside, and that is something to not ignore. That's why the strength continues, and it switched from red to green, guys, and it's pushing up, sitting at 10.12. It hit highs up here of 52.82 of inflows. It has room to go higher. Yesterday it hit highs of 22. So that's something to not ignore of inflows that are positive on the 1 hour in the bigger picture. Now, in the volatility, it did cross over and last almost all day below it. But here we are in the after hours with inflows back above. It's switching to red, and for this to collapse, these outflows need to cross, guys. So I will be watching if it does. If it doesn't, it's going to be crucial for it to push upwards, switch from red to green, and start reflecting that strength into these charts. But if these outflows cross over to the downside, I will be watching if it rolls that weakness back over into the 30-minute and 1 hour. And the first support is $44. Then below that is $36. And then I'll be watching the $28 area. Now to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for inflows to pick back up on the 15-minute, switch from red to green, start reflecting that strength into these charts by rolling it over into the 30-minute and getting that staircase effect, getting these inflows to continue pushing upwards here to the upside. And the first resistance is $60. Then above that comes $68. And then I'll be watching the $75 to $80 area. So those are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, and the inflow versus outflows, I would not ignore them. It's going to be critical for them to hold and push upwards. And here we are in the live action, so far bouncing almost a whole $1.50 as I'm doing this video from the $52.90 area to $54. I will continue to watch this the rest of these after hours, and again, going into tomorrow. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.